Hello and welcome back to this fifth video of learning PHP or PHP course or whatever you want to call it. I just realized that the last video I didn't increase the font, so I'm really sorry about that. I hope it was not a problem. I'm recording this video right after the other one, so yeah, that's it. I also want to clarify that I'm going to be trying to upload one video each day from Monday to Saturday, and Sundays I'm just going to not upload any video and I'm going to take a break so I can do other things. I prepared these videos too. So what we did the last video, we had a function that was going to test our input and it's going to trim it. It's going to get rid of white values, it's going to get rid of special characters, and then it's going to return that data so we can store it in a variable. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to let the user know that if the value is empty, to please do something before we do something with that information. So let me explain. We're going to have here a h3 file, and it's going to have a class. And please, if you don't know things about HTML, please look into it because you're gonna like this. You know, it's gonna be useful for you in the future. We're actually just gonna have a style. I'm gonna say we're going to say, well, we're gonna leave it for there. Like, please fill in the form. Please fill in all the form. Or we're gonna close it. And we also want to be red. So when this style, we're gonna have to give it color red, and that's it. Okay. So now we want this red thing to show only when the user has not input some sort of a thing. So we can actually say please fill in all the form, and we can say style display none. Okay, so at the moment it's not showing. We only want it to show when the user has sent information and we have checked that they didn't input something into the form. So how do we do that? Well, we can get all our info, and then we can have an if statement here saying, well, there's a nice function from PHP which is called empty. And this function is going to take a string, and it's going to check if the string is empty or not. So if the string name is empty, what do we do with this? Well, we want to say, you know what, we can have a variable at the very top saying, whoops, geez, I'm getting really bad at this. I really shouldn't be allowed to touch a computer. We can have show data is equal to false. Okay. We can, so if the name is empty or empty, or if the email is empty, we're gonna have to say show data. Show data is equal to true. Okay, so we're saying if the name is empty and the email is empty, we're gonna turn this variable to true. So now we can just come here and say we're gonna open our PHP tag. Okay, and we're going to say if show data echo, what we're going to echo? We're going to echo none. We're going to echo a block, okay, and semicolon. Else, so if the form is, if the show data is false, which means that this function didn't run, then we can say none. Echo none. And we can put brackets. Okay, it's a bit weird to see at the moment, but you'll understand now in a second. Okay, so we're sending a form at the moment, right? This is what we get. If, for example, we put an email, we put a name and an email, we send it, nothing happens. But what happens when we say the name is empty? and the email has something. When we're going to click post, and that's going to show. So what's going on right now? We have this if statement that is checking if the name and the email are empty, and if it is, it's going to turn show data into true. And then here in the display function, we're trying to check if the show data is equal to true. We're going to display this thing, this please fill in the form. We're going to show it, and if not, we're going to hide it. And that's how things are done. There's better ways to do it. And how can we improve this? Well, we want to tell the user, which is something very annoying I don't like about Facebook or Twitter, that when you put up the password is wrong or the email, they don't tell you, sorry, the password is wrong, or the email is wrong. They just tell you, please fill in other form. But we want to be better than Facebook and better than Twitter, don't we? So we're going to try to do something even cooler. We're going to let the user know. We're going to let the user know what they didn't input, right? Okay. So instead of just putting that, we can actually open the PHP form. Whoops, I did something very wrong just there. Okay, and we're going to echo info. We're going to echo a error message. So what's error message? Well, at the moment, error message is nothing. Okay, that variable doesn't exist, but something very cool we can do is we first going to initialize that variable as error message is equal to an empty string, and we can check one by one. So we say, okay, if the name is empty, we can say error message is equal to, I just realized I spelled error message with 2 E's instead of one S instead of 2 S's. Okay, we can say error message is equal to please fill in the name, and we can have an else if empty. What's the name? Email. So if the email is empty, we can have turn show data into false, into true as well, and please fill in the email. And you probably just spotted right now a little thing I did wrong, so we'll see it now in a moment. Let's just reload that. Okay, and we're gonna put a name, and we're gonna leave the email empty. Please fill in the email. Okay, cool. Let's just fill the name empty and put the email. Please fill in the name. But what happens if I don't fill anything? It's just telling me to fill in the name instead of fill in both. What can we do? Well, for this, we're gonna leave it until a bit later, because for now, I think that would just be enough to fill in one or fill in the other one. But we're going to look into this in the very next video, and I think you are going to like it. So now, what's the next thing we can do? Well, for now, I'm just gonna leave the video here. I hope it was useful. This video will be up on Tuesday. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any feedback, please let me know. And if you like the video, well, just like the video if you want to, and if you don't, well, just don't. So I hope you liked it, and I'll see you tomorrow.